Without much delay, we start. Today's lecture is also lengthy. It covers a lot of topics. This lecture is different compared to the last lecture. If, if, if we are good in combustion, then the pollution control is not difficult. Hence, this topic is covered after covering the basic of fluid flow, basic of the CFD, turbulent flow, heat transfer, mass transfer, basic of combustion, chemical kinetics, premix, non-premix flame. Then you can study the pollution topics. And it is a need today's era to control the emission, particularly nitrogen oxide and carbon monoxide, and what techniques have been used in industry, in automobile, that we learn. And then we learn CFD modeling of the emissions. What are model are available and how they are modeled. And at the end, we cover the tutorial of the coal combustion, followed by the emission modeling. First, we discuss basic of emission.
Yeah, that's the most.
Application in industry, particularly refineries, in power, coal-fired power plant, oil-fired power plant. That will cover it. Uh, then we'll cover this topic. This. Yes, uh, then CFD modeling of emission will cover that end. First, we cover the basic of emission. Emission is any harmful activity carried out by the human being, and uh, that is called as emission. And this lecture we cover the emission due to the combustion only, not other ways. Uh, there are two types of the pollutants are there. Uh, that can be particulate matter, nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, unburned hydrocarbon, sulfur trioxide, nitrogen dioxide. Uh, According to the level of dangerousness, pollutants are further classified. There are some extremely dangerous gases like carbon monoxide, unburned hydrocarbon. Some are also dangerous like nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, uh, and nitric oxide and sulfur dioxide. They are also considered in the moderately harmful gases. We last lecture on combustion we studied the types of the fuel: solid, liquid, and gases. Pollution is high for the solid fuel because solid fuel contains high carbon index hydrocarbon fuel, and that leads to the formation of the more CO2. And there are also some carbon particles are found due to incomplete burning of the solid and liquid fuel. That we discuss this lecture. Uh, Before going to pollution, we have to understand the basic of combustion. What are parameters affecting the combustion? like fuel composition, air fuel mixture, like equivalent ratio, and the third is a mixing mechanism, and then temperature and residence time. Temperature and residence time two are the critical factor uh, affecting the formation of pollutant. Temperature offset is the because temperature decides the rate of the reaction rate, and the rate of reaction decides the formation of radical and heat energy. And temperature is a strong function of mixture composition. Last lecture we discussed uh, how temperature is affected by the equivalent ratio. When equivalent ratio is 1, then temperature is high. That means temperature is a function of the mixture composition, and mixture composition it depends on the fuel composition. And, next important factor is the residence time. Residence time is uh, uh, there should be sufficient time for the fuel to to occur complete reaction, uh, such a way that reactor must remain in combustor longer than the time required for the reaction. And residence time is amount of time that which reactant or fuel reside inside the combustor or combustion chamber. So chemical time is the amount of time that reactor need to react. Uh, chemical time that decided by the reaction rate, um, and that is inversely proportional to the reaction rate. And chemical time for the fuel species, we can obtain concentration of fuel divided by the fuel consumption rate. That way, we can determine the chemical time. And the resident time, that means how much time is calculated, how much time taken from the fuel inlet to the outlet of the combustion chamber. That is the total time. It is can be determined uh, by particle tracking. First, we see the effect of the resident time and chemical time. When resident time is much more than chemical time, then hydrocarbon get enough time to react with oxygen. Then complete reaction is formed, and most of CO is oxidized to form CO2. And there will be low emission at the exit of the combustor. If resident time is less than the chemical time, then there will be incomplete combustion. Combustion will not be complete, and we get more CO. That means the CO emission. Hence, most of the automobile or power plant which are run on the lean mixture, that means there is 10 to 15% more excess air provided than stoichiometric air fuel requirement. Hence, providing more excess air is a good option to reduce the CO2 emission. Temperature is also affecting. Uh, Temperature of the few gases is high when equal ratio is 1, because a reaction rate is a function of the temperature. Higher is the temperature, higher is the reaction rate. And uh, the concentration of the CO hydrocarbon that also decided by the uh, by lean flammability limit and its flammability limit. Lean mixture means there is excess air than the stoichiometric requirement. There is, and concentration of the CO is low for the lean mixture. But hydrocarbon has also observed the same thing. Concentration of hydrocarbon is high for the rich mixture. And here you also show that when burn the fuel at the equilibrium is 1, temperature is high, then NOx is also observed high. We also learned why NOx is high at high temperature. Hence, we have to decide the ranges of operating parameter carefully. You should not go too much lean because stable flame is important, and lean blow up may happen for the very lean mixture. CO emission can happen to route, wet route and dry route. When CO react with OH radical, then it's called as a wet route. Dry route when CO react with O2. CO concentration is very high for the lean mixture when equilibrium ratio is a point 0.8 between the point 0.8 to 1, and that is the selected range. And with increasing temperature, the reaction rate also increases. That's what we discussed. We learned the effect of the reaction time and the temperature and mixture on the pollution formation like CO2 and NOx. CO. Then we learn here NOx formation. There may be NO2, but but in reaction is termed as There are three ways nitrogen oxide is formed. First is the thermal NOx. NOx is happen when uh, uh, when the temperature of the flue gases is very high, is more than 1800 Kelvin, then thermal NOx is formed due to thermal decomposition of the nitrogen. If temperature is not high, then nitrogen acts as an inert gas. It doesn't participate in reaction. If temperature is more than 1800, then thermal NOx becomes significant. Apart from thermal NOx, from NOx is also important, also significant for the hydrocarbon combustion. In this case, hydrocarbon nitrogen is attacked by the hydrocarbon radical and NOx is formed. Third is the fuel NOx. This is possible when fuel contain nitrogen compound. Compared to the 3 NOx, thermal NOx is significant. There are reactions are there for each mechanism for NOx, nitrogen oxide, prompt and fuel. For thermal NOx, there is O2 is there. That means O2 react with nitrogen, then NO is formed. That means excess of oxygen is also responsible for formation of nitrogen oxide. For prompt, here say hydrocarbon radical react with N2, then hydrogen cyanide is formed. It's called prompt. Then fuel contain hydrogen cyanide, then it can form nitrogen oxide. Here is the plot of the temperature versus equivalent ratio. There are soot particles which are formed due to incomplete combustion of solid and liquid fuel, which happen at 1800 degrees Celsius, and NOx is formed at high temperature, more than 2200 Kelvin. And there is a range for the spark engine, homogeneous charge combustion engine that we will discuss. There is also premix burning is formed at low temperature. This is a chart is there to decide the reaction or a burner. Then the effect of temperature on NOx, because at a high temperature, temperature is high when equivalent is high, hence concentration of nitrogen oxide is also high when at equivalent ratio is 1. Equivalent ratio is 1, that means it is a stoichiometric mixture. And here we can also see the for the lean mixture concentration of the nitrogen oxide is less, and rich mixture this plot is there between this is lean mixture line and this rich mixture line. Right side comparison is given for NOx formation due to prompt, fuel and thermal mechanism. After 1800 degrees, the thermal NOx becoming more significant. Hence, controlling temperature is most important factor to control the NOx. after learning method of formation of the pollution.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you show the previous slide?
Yes.
In this slide, they have drawn this center line type line at 1800, right? But actually, the immediate rise in NO, it is seen at 1600. So why that reason will be there by drawing the line at 1800?
No, this is a because this is a tentative range, because after that slope is becoming very high. That slope of the nitrogen formation with increase in temperature.
That increase at 1600, na? That's immediate.
That is also there. 1600 temperature is also high, because we have 1600 to up to this 1850. 1850 there is no much change in slope. Just you see this. This is just roughly taken to decide it.
Okay. Okay.
Because most of the cases, temperature is a pretty much common, like a 1400, 1600. But in some cases, temperature is a possibility beyond the 200 degrees Celsius. Major challenge for the industry is to control the emissions. There are different techniques that have been used for the NOx reduction. First is the pre-combustion fuel treatment. If there is nitrogen oxide component, that can be removed. Pre-combustion fuel treatment is not used. Mostly used is a post-combustion flue gas treatment or the design of burner. For post-combustion flue gas treatment, there are selective catalytic reduction technique are used, using ammonia injection, urea injection. Fifth lecture on the mass transfer, that we learn how urea ammonia injection is reduced to react with the nitrogen oxide, then N2 and O2 are formed. There is also similar selective catalytic reduction. This is a selective post-combustion treatment is also there if are not possible to reduce combustion by combustion modification. Combustion modification is reduction in oxygen. Excess oxygen can react with the nitrogen at high temperature, then there is a possibility of nitrogen oxide. Hence, reduction in oxygen is important. That can be achieved by the low excess air, water or steam ejection, so that to reduce the this oxygen required for the fuel. That means we have to reduce the concentration of oxygen entering into the combustion chamber. We can use the flue gas recirculation so that there is no oxygen. Stage air and fuel burner is also used, because I have been working that for the stage air and fuel burner for refinery. Temperature reduction is also possible by reduction in air preheating, because higher preheating is not desirable, because higher is the air temperature, then reaction rate is fast, because temperature is a strong function. Reaction rate strong function of temperature. Higher is temperature, stronger is reaction rate. Then more is temperature. Then more is the decomposition of the nitrogen. This nitrogen. Temperature can be reduced by water injection, steam injection, flue gas recirculation, reburning. The next is the residence time reduction. Some burner configuration duration in chamber, that also used, but some people try to use different technique, but mostly used is the reduction in oxygen and temperature reduction. And these are popular technique. For combustion modification, there can be low excess air, and stage combustion is also is achieved. And low NOx, for that low NOx burner are designed. Stage air and stage fuel. Instead of the supplying single air and fuel, we can use a multiple inlet for the air and fuel. And for the post combustion control ammonia injection are used. Flue gas from the power plant is added to the uh, this chamber, and to which ammonia is injected, and which react with the NOx, and we get N2 and O2. Some water injection technique also used for the gas turbine combustion to control the combustion temperature. CFD modeling of a coal-fired boiler is a challenging topic. Uh, there are uh, there are many physical phenomena from particle phase model evaporation. Particle phase model we learn in next lecture. Multi-phase flow model, evaporation drying model are also there. Devolatilization model, devolatilization model is also there. Char model is also there. Turbulence reaction interaction model that we learned last time. ED distribution model, finite rate model, radiation model we can use. Mm. The soot, NOx, SOx, these are the pollution model. Slagging is that model for the ash deposition model. This is the outline of the modeling. For the boiler, what are techniques are used to control the emission? Main burner, which are kept at the bottom, and some reburn fuel is kept at the some high rate. That means there is a fuel staging is there, and air is again supplied additionally to control the temperature of the flue gases. And there is also some burn zone is there. But this is just for depreciation, but my experience is concerned, they use some burner at the bottom, and they with and some tertiary air is supplied at the top. Low excess air burner is there to reduce the air requirement. Just fuel is supplied here, and air is supplied from the this air vent. And on the right side there is a stage fuel burner is there. Here there is a primary fuel. Uh, 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 there is a primary fuel injector and secondary fuel injector, and fuel is supplied from the fuel is supplied from the single manifold that is connected primary fuel and secondary fuel, and here primary fuel react with the air. There is some premix combustion, that means air and fuel mix here, and after that mixture passes through the burner outlet. Then the secondary fuel again injected to the that mixture. Because of that two-stage mixing, we get longer flame, and uh, this high temperature spot is there. That means flame we get longer flame. That means volume of flame become longer. That means because of higher volume, that means low temperature is low average temperature of flame is found. That is the motive for design of the stage fuel burner, and that is some industry also use the stage fuel burner. Some use also for the low excess burner. There are some industry like Zhongxing, Jico, uh, uh, which are developing the low fuel stage burner and or air stage burner. We can visit their site. We can get lot of air and fuel stage burner by searching in Google. Using this low NOx burner, we can achieve longer flame using fuel staging or rest staging, and we get you will see the lot of burners are placed here. That means combustion carried out in fuel staging. That means large number of burners are placed inside a boiler furnace to carry out combustion in multiple states, and it helps to reduce the emission from the power plant. To control emission generated from vehicle, selective catalytic reduction (SCR) is placed after the engine. We can see on a BS or Euro 6 bike. After the engine, there is the selective catalytic reduction. Selective catalytic reduction consists of the oxidation catalyst, urea dosing system, and ammonia oxide catalyst. In SCR, there are many ceramic honeycomb structures are placed to achieve uniform mixing and reaction between ammonia and nitrogen oxide. After reaction, hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide, CO2 and N2 are separated in catalytic reduction, and this catalytic reduction is important to control the emission from the vehicle. For diesel engine, their particulate matters are formed in exhaust system, and these are highly polluting. To reduce particulate filter entering to the atmosphere, this particulate diesel particulate filter is placed just after the NOx trap. This is a NOx trap is there, and both diesel particle filter and NOx trap is placed after the engine. Here how catalytic converter and muffler are placed to exhaust system. Here is the engine. After that, there is a catalytic converter to reduce NOx emission, and muffler is there to capture the particulate matter entering to the atmosphere, and after that a clean gas passes through the this exhaust pipe. By using this technique, we can control the emission from the vehicle. Next important topic is the quantification of emission. How emission is presented. First, there is a emission index. Emission index is the amount of the emission emitted per kg of burning fuel. It is measured kg of emission species per kg of the fuel burned. But there can be possibility CO2 and CO hydrocarbon, which are major product. Other species are in negligible considering emission index. That way we can measure the emission index, and that also can multiply by molecular weight of the species and the molecular weight of fuel. There are also other ways are there to measure emission for the automobile or power generation. How much amount of pollution of species is generated per kilowatt power produced. That is decided by that will also sometimes use for furnace application. Is the mass of pollutant per heat of the combustion. That way also use to measure the emission. For a natural gas industry is measured in ppm. ppm is mass of pollutant formed per 1 million meter cube of the natural gas. And you might have seen that there is a ppm like a 25 ppm, 30 ppm of the NOx, because for the gas that unit is used. Once we understand what are the reasons for the formation of the thank you for attending this lecture. For more information about CFD analysis of any problem using ANSYS Fluent and OpenFOAM, you can visit website www.cfdflow engineering. It covers most of important topic for engineers, scientists related to the CFD and flow engineering, and also covers topic for flow technology. Thank you for attending this lecture. God bless you.